Member for Batu Ketang.
Yeah. Thank you, Honorable Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in this debate on Forest Amendment Bill 2022. I wish to congratulate Timbalan Premier Sarawak, di Jabatan Premier, Menteri Sumber Asli dan Pembangunan, Bandar, kedua Menteri Perdagangan Antarabangsa, Industri dan Pelaburan, Ahli Dewan Undangan Degree N82 Bukit Sari for tabling this Forest Amendment Bill. I firmly believe that with this Forest Amendment Bill 2022, we will have a better management of our forests, be it waterfalls, water catchment areas, or educational facilities, apart from our forests. And with this Forest Amendment Bill 2020, we can gazette these areas. And the amenity forest allows forest carbon credit to be traded not only for domestic markets, but also for international markets. And through such avenues, we can have revenue without destroying our forests. And we need to strengthen this through this Forest Amendment Bill. I note with interest member for Padungan who says he doesn't agree with the selling of carbon credit. I mean, our trees keep breathing. Whether we sell or not their oxygen, our trees breathe, takes in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. So if we don't sell, who lose out? Sarawak lose out. Our people lose out because our trees are there and it keeps breathing. And this is a kind of supply and demand. If there is a we have supply, if there is a demand, then we supply. And we have the supply, and there is a huge demand in the market. If we go to Europe today, we find the place is barren because over the few hundred years, their trees have been slashed and cut. There was no trees left, bought up. But we in this tropical climate here, we have a lot of trees. And so they are industrialized without trees. And they are telling us not to cut our trees because they need to breathe. They need to live. They need to survive. So if they tell us not to cut our trees, then they have to pay for it. How much? There's a question. Supply and demand. If the supply of oxygen is not there, then our price goes up. Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, Honorable Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad Speaker, Sarawak has a lot of forests that need to be protected, and we have more than 60% of forests, and we're committed to support and contribute towards Malaysia's targets under the Paris Agreement climate change and the Kyoto Protocol 1997, which main objectives is to reduce the emission of greenhouse gas by helping our country to meet its nationally determined contributions to reduce carbon emissions. We have in place necessary strategy to ensure development does not adversely affect our environment. And land is ours. And so the tree is ours. And therefore, the oxygen produced by these trees are ours too. What the federal government owes us in development grants has nothing to do with our carbon credits. I note with interest, member for Padungan, his idea of carbon index budgeting process. Sounds good, but the fact that we give 80 billion of our oil annually, by that simple fact, we should have a major chunk of the development grants. If we base on carbon index budgeting process, and we can get this major chunk of development grants, I wish it would be as easy as that. There are many ways where we can get money, where we can get our fair share of the development grants. The 6 billion in 3 years sales tax is a clear example of the effort put in by our Premier, our YAB Premier, his intelligence, his farsightedness, imposing sales tax, 6 billion in 3 years. But where is that 20% oil royalty promised by Pakatan Harapan? Belum nampak. Yeah, my deputy premier would say, tengok sahaja. Our Forest Amendment Bill 2022 is to ensure that whoever wants to produce carbon should pay for it through licensing, and from there, we will market it. I beg to support this Forest Amendment Bill 2020, tabled by Deputy Premier and Member for N82 Bukit Sari. Thank you very much, the Honorable Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker.
Any other honourable members wish to speak? Ada ahli Muhammad nak berucap? 20 honourable members had spoken on this bill. Before I call the Honourable Deputy Premier to wind up, we have a short break. Sitting resumes at 4:10.